Hello everyone. So today we are going to study some certain basic concepts about base isolation. So this is from the book Earthquake Resistant Design by using base isolation. The author is Dr. R.S. Jangir, IIT Bombay. So the first point is earthquake force. Force due to earthquake is F equals to W upon G into A, where W is the seismic coefficient, where W is the weight of the structure. Sorry. The first concept is earthquake force. Force due to earthquake is F equals to W upon G into A, which equals to W is seismic coefficient, where W is the weight of the structure, G is acceleration due to gravity, and A equals to peak earthquake acceleration. The second concept is conventional seismic design. Sufficient strength to sustain moderate earthquakes, sufficient ductility under strong earthquake. Disadvantages: inelastic deformation, require large interstory drift, localized damages to structural elements and secondary system, strengthening attracts more earthquake loads. Necessity of structural control: increased flexibility, trends towards taller and larger structures, increased safety levels, tall buildings, offshore structures, nuclear structures, stringent performance requirements, no damage permitted, saving weight and cost is necessary, uncertain dynamic loading, seismic loads, strong winds, wave loading. Control strategies: passive control devices. In passive control, we have base isolation, tune mass, liquid column dampers, energy dissipation devices such as VD, DED, and FD. The second is active control systems. We have active tendons and active TMDs and AMD. The third is hybrid control system, combination of active and passive systems. So we are going to study about the base isolation. Base isolation. Aseismic design follows base isolation. In base isolation, we have these general points. Aseismic design philosophy: decouple the superstructure from the ground with or without flexible mounting. Period of the total system is elongated. A damper, energy dissipating device provided at the base mounting. Then the next is we have rigid under wind or minor earthquakes. So what are the advantage of the base isolation systems? We're going to look at the advantages. Okay, reduced floor acceleration and interstory drift, less or no damage to the structural member, better protection of secondary system, prediction of response is more reliable and economical. The concept of base isolation significantly increases the period of the structure and the damping so that the response is significantly reduced. Now the types of base isolation is elastomeric bearings, sliding bearing, friction pendulum bearing, Uniform Building Code 1997. So in Uniform Building Code we have the details of the base isolation. Time history and response spectrum analysis. Provision for torsion, static expression, displacement requirements for the base isolation system are over conservative. Use of additional dampers, same cost of damper and isolators, defeat to the purpose of the isolation. Base shear for isolated structure. So this is the formula from which you can find the base shear. W equals to Kmax into D into RWL, where Kmax is 2 pi upon Ti square W upon G, where D equals to 10 Z N SI Ti upon B. And here are all the and this is what is required for the formula. So there are laminated rubber bearings, design of elastomeric bearings. So this is the design procedure. This is the formula. The full forms are given here. And modeling of base isolated structure. So response to the real earthquake motions, 5-story base isolated building. So these are all the things. So if you want to see some more of my notes, then please like my channel, and you can like just pause the video and read the things out if you're interested. Thank you.